Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me for some yoga this evening. Oh, there's a beautiful sunset this evening. The sky was so pretty. This bright orange and blue. It was really beautiful, and I love learning about the sense of wonder and awe because I love seeing it in sunsets and in full moons and all those wonderful things. So I wanted to start out sharing an email, a brief email from a yoga writer. Her name is Barry Rissman. And she said she was standing on a bridge by her house the other day, and there was a stream flowing underneath it. So she says, I've observed and listened to this stream before, but I experienced it differently this time. Instead of my usual feeling of moving head on into the flow of the water, I felt the energy of the stream supporting me from behind. And I imagined myself moving forward like that stream with grace, tenderness, and the support of the universe at my back. The feeling of letting go and being gently propelled into the flow was incredibly comforting. And it was a lesson in the value of temporarily releasing everything. Our fears, worries, anxieties, and also our ideas, plans, and goals. And in that release, trust emerges that we're supported, trust that we're part of a bigger flow of life. And when I read that, I just thought that was very comforting and a good reminder of our need to just stop and let go of all the hurrying and all the busyness and all the things we're trying to get done. So that's where yoga comes in. So sit in your chair and let your toes point straight ahead and let your ankles be under your knees. And then let's lift the shoulders and roll them up and back a few times. And then roll them from the back up and around. And then let your arms relax. And bring yourself away from the back of the chair just a little bit so that your spine is coming straight out as if the energy is coming through the crown of your head. Press into your feet and feel the energy in your legs. Maybe your spine gets a little taller. And then once you feel comfortable, a nice, strong, tall spine, let your hands rest in your lap, let your eyes close, and feel your breath. Just let your breath rise and fall on its own, your natural breath, without feeling that you have to change. Just flow with your own breath. Maybe come to enjoy the feeling of breathing. So maybe it slows down. Longer inhales and slower exhales, but not with a sense of effort. Try to get a sense of dialing everything down. Let your hands rest in your lap. The back of your hands are on your thighs. Your palms are up. Let's add the small movement of, on your next exhale, let your fingers start to curl. And then inhale, let your fingers open. And as you exhale, let the fingers curl just a little bit. And as you inhale, the hands will open. Let's take about 3 or 4 more like this. Good. And then take a pause. Start to notice how you feel. Notice how your body feels. Your spine is tall, your feet are supporting you on the ground. Notice how your mind feels and your emotions. See if there's any emotions rising up. Just notice. Now let's add a few movements here. We're going to do some movements that we're going to do some exercises for the mind as we're doing exercises or doing yoga with the body. So take your right hand and start making some circles with your hand. And you can have the hand open, or you can bring your thumb in and put your fingers around the thumb. But just let your hand gently move. And then let the hand circle in the other direction. Now let's do the same thing with the left hand. So make some circling with the left hand. You can have it with the fingers curled in or the fingers open. And then take circles in the other direction. Good. And now we're going to do both hands. You might both be going in the same directions. It looks like mine are going opposite. And then go in the other direction. And then just let your hands come down. Notice how your hands feel, your arms. Maybe you're feeling some movement of energy. Okay, so now we're going to sit back a little bit and you're going to lift up the right foot. I don't know if you can see mine, but we're going to make circles with the right foot. Just circle it at the ankle and circle the other way. And then when you're ready, you can circle the left foot. Circle the other way. Okay. So now we're going to circle the right hand and the left foot. And just kind of notice what happens. Oops, and then see if you can go in the other direction. Oh. Good. It's kind of tricky on the mind there. Good. And then put your right hand down, back in your lap. Let the left foot come down and notice how you're feeling. And now we're going to circle the left hand. And then when you're ready, get the right foot. They might be going in the same direction or opposite. It doesn't really matter. But then pause and let both of them go in the other way. And then let your foot come down and your hand come down. And just let's take a pause. You know, you might want to walk your feet back again so they're under your ankles are under your knees again. And then notice how you feel inside. When we do cross a contralateral movement. We're doing something on the right side and something on the left side at the same time. So we're crossing the right and left side of the brain. Now, bring your hands to your heart and kind of let your head curl in. And you're bringing that love to yourself. We're going to exhale. The next time you inhale, bring your arms out to the side and lift your heart. We're going to take a couple breaths here. And then we're going to move between the two. So exhale, bring your hands in. Notice which hand is on top. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, cross your hands at your heart. Let the other hand be on top. And then inhale, open up. And exhale, bring your hands in. Inhale, open. Let's do that 2 more times. Hands are coming in. Inhale, open. Hands are in. Good. And then inhale, open. And exhale, bring your hands down to your lap. Check in. Notice your breathing. Now we're going to do another breathing exercise. Let your hands come together. Palms are up. Yeah, so your fingers can touch. I guess I've got my pointer and my ring finger touching, and my middle fingers are kind of in line with each other. They're one on top of the other. Okay. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the hands up. Turn them over and exhale. Let your hands come down. Inhale, turn the palms up. Let your inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale. Let your arms release down. Let the flow of the breath move your arms and your hands. Let's do that 2 more times. Last one. And just sit for a couple breaths. Let your hands rest in your lap. Checking in. Noticing how you feel. Sitting nice and tall. Okay, now let your eyes close for a minute. We're going to do a little bit with our eyes. So your eyelids are closed, but inside, let your eyes turn to the right and just stay turned to the right for a couple breaths. Notice how you feel. Good. Now bring your eyes under your eyelids straight ahead. And then take your eyes, if the eyelids are closed, but you're going to let your eyelids look over to the left. To turn to the left. All right, Let your eyes come straight ahead. You might want to blink them a couple times. Now we're going to let our eyes lead us into a turn to the right. So your eyes can be open or closed. I like to close mine. Let your eyes turn to the right. And then let your chin, your neck turn to the right. Then let your shoulders. Then let your rib cage. And you can bring your right hand behind the chair and your left hand outside your right leg. And you're in a turn, you're in a rotation. So feel your feet on the floor and feel the inhales rise up your spine and your exhales come down your spine. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, let your ribs turn to face the front, then your shoulders and your chin, and then your eyes. You're coming back to the front. Notice how you feel. Now, I'm going to take a turn to the left. So let your eyes lead the way, and your chin, and your shoulders, then your ribs. And then you can bring your arm, left arm behind the chair if that feels good. Your right hand outside your left leg. Find that tall spine and feel the breath rising up and then coming back down. And take 2 more breaths. All right, let your rib cage face the front, your shoulders, your chin, your eyes until you're facing the front again. Notice what's going on inside. It's a good thing we're sitting. I'm feeling a little dizzy. Let's take a forward fold. So bring your elbows to your lap. And you can stay right here, depending on how your body feels, how your lower back feels. Don't go into any pain. Let your head grow heavy. And if you'd like, you can bring your hands down to your feet. And let's take several more breaths here. Folding over. Let your head relax forward. You get a nice stretch in your neck and your upper back. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And as you make your way up, you can bring your hands right above your knees to start. Walk your hands back as your spine gets tall again. Let your head come up last, and you might just want to rest against the back of the chair. Let's just maybe bring the hips forward, walk the feet forward, find a comfortable place to get very comfortable in the chair now. We're going to take a relaxation. We're going to have a guided relaxation. So let yourself get comfortable. If you want to let your head go back, you can. But I like to have my chin forward. I'm going to get into a place where your body can relax and you can get rid of any remaining tension. And notice your sitting bones on the chair, your thighs on the chair, your feet on the floor. Let all those places that are supported just melt into the chair, melt into the floor. Let your spine melt into the back of the chair so that all the places that are supporting you, let your body give into that support. Like that, going along with the flow of the stream. Go into the support of gravity on the floor or on the chair. And let your legs grow heavy so that the muscles are letting go of any tension. Let your arms get heavy, your shoulders. Let yourself sink in. Notice the muscles in your scalp. Those muscles relax as if someone was massaging your head. Muscles in your jaw. Let your jaw relax. And if your mouth opens a bit, it's okay. Let your eyes sink back. Until you can just give in to your breath. Give in to this moment. Let yourself take rest for another couple minutes. Just letting go. Begin to notice your breath. And once again, feel the rise and fall of your breath. Find movement in your fingers and your toes. You might even come into a yawn. Let's move the shoulders a little bit back and forth. Maybe walk the feet back. Move your hips back so that you're coming into a tall seated position again. You can blink your eyes open. Or you can keep them closed if you'd like. We're going to do a stretch for the neck, a nice gentle stretch. Let your right arm come out to the side and then over your head so your hand is right above your left ear, and spread your fingers. Don't put weight in your hand, but let your left shoulder soften. And just let go of any remaining tension. Now let your chin point down a little bit. Let your hand come behind your head on the left side. Being nice and gentle with yourself. And then let that right hand come down. the left arm come out and overhead, right above your right ear. Spread your fingers. Relax your right shoulder. Let that right shoulder come down. And breathe. Release any remaining tension in your head and neck. Oh, here comes a yawn. And then let your chin point down a little bit. Bring your hand behind your head on the right side. You might feel a whole new set of muscles. Let that left hand come down. Good. Now, rub your hands together. You feel some heat. Build up some heat in your hands. And then put your palms over your eyes. Oh, breathe in that warmth from your hands. And let's do that one more time. Warming up your hands, getting nice and warm. And then letting it rest over your eyes. Bringing in that warmth from your hands into your eye socket, into your face. The muscles, good. And then bring your hands down in front of you. Let's bring the palms together in front of your heart. Just take a couple breaths. Maybe thinking of something for which you are very grateful. And let that seed of gratitude and thankfulness come into your heart and begin to grow with every breath. And gratitude will stamp out negative feelings. Let it grow. Keep it with you. Keep it inside. And the spirit in me honors the spirit in each of you. Namaste.